Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in to another video. I wanted to get out into the Sonoran Desert. It is March of 2025. I only have roughly 30 days left to enjoy this part of the state before it just gets uncomfortably warm out here. So I am currently a little bit east of Florence, Arizona. I'm a little bit west of Kearney, Arizona, and Highway 177 that runs south from Globe down to northern Tucson area. This is just also south, but going to be driving up into it, the White Canyon Wilderness area, which is just south of the, which is it? Not Apache Set Grave, but the other one. Can't think about it. Tonto National Forest. That's where a lot of people go tubing and whatnot, but it's really beautiful out. This is really the last part of the year, which is crazy to think that it's end of March. And some of you guys probably have a foot of snow on the ground, but it's going to be in the 80s today, and before the end of April we'll be back into 100. So getting down here and doing stuff down in this area won't be as fun. So I also am going to be flying my drone a bunch, so there's going to be a lot of drone in this video just because I'm learning to use it and learning to have it follow my vehicle and do this, that, and the other. And you probably get tired of me droning on, so not funny. So that's probably why you're wondering, what's this cool piece of necklace that you have? Did I go to a DMX concert? Was it a giveaway? Did I win a rap battle and this was the first prize lanyard holding the award? No, it's just holding my controller up. So if you like this, hit like. If you don't, pause, go watch a video about making a cake out of 2 ingredients, blah 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 blah. But enjoy this, and also, here's some b-roll of a new sink faucet that I put in last weekend. It was a bear to put in, but it works really well. It covers the whole sink and it doesn't spray out like that sprayer style that comes stock with your 4-wheel camper. Roger Gimenez, thank you so much, sir, for giving me yours. And I bought you one, trust me. And get it on Amazon like everything else. To put it in a Hawk flatbed is very difficult, just so you know, but everybody else, hopefully it's not as hard to do. So with all that said, let's get to driving down dirty or dusty roads in the desert and looking at cool videos from a drone. All right, quick stop in the video real quick to film a little something for my brother-in-law, who's absolutely in love with Cholla cactus. Rick, hope your surgery recovery is going well. If you want to come out here and do jumping jacks in this spot, you're crazy. Little Cholla forest for you folks. guys, so not too far down the trail, less than a couple miles maybe, and haven't even gotten to my main trail that's going to take me north up into the canyon. So I came across my first tree fall, in a sense, for the desert wild. Now I feel akin, a brethren with my Pacific Northwest friends. So I got this going on right here. I got this big old cactus that has fallen across the road. If you actually look at it, there isn't any really big needles visible on the body of the cactus, but at the same time, I am not gonna drive over it with fear of puncturing my tires. So, don't have a chainsaw. I do have a limb saw. It's a fairly fresh cactus, so it might be soft in the middle. So I'm gonna take a stab at just clearing it off right here, where it's at the edge of the road, and seeing if I can do that quickly without too much effort. And then the arm is already off, so I think I can get a rope around the arm, pull it out of the way, pull the big part out of the way, and then I myself will be on my way. So let's see how this works out. All right, first time for everything. Like I said, I haven't done this before. I'm gonna try to be as careful as possible. Clear out this little arm first and try to get the other piece cut. Let's see how that goes. That wasn't too bad. This I have no idea. As you can see, when they're still fairly alive, they're really soft. So that surprisingly took me no time at all. Now it's just because it's so heavy, it's going to take me a little bit to get it out of the way. I don't think that's going to work because I need all this lane over here. I'm going to be really close to this cut spot, so I'm going to see if I can drag it down a little bit and get it out of my way that way. I'll tell you what, the bugs like these things when they're cut open. All right, that was a lot easier than I thought. I still got enough room to get through here. I'm gonna be skirting real close to that. Should be able to roll right through there and go where the camera's at. So let me reposition the camera and roll on through here. Well, as you guys just probably saw, I actually did clip a little bit of it with my front right tire, squashed it down a little. I did check the tire and everything seems to be okay. Here's the section that went over the cactus. So put my ear down to it, nothing. I mean, these are very new tires, not too many miles on them. So, and there wasn't any major spines or anything on that section of the cactus. So don't recommend driving over them like that. I didn't think I was. I thought I was over far enough, but it was pretty tight right there. And as you notice, I came up this crazy little ledge right before that. So combination of all kinds of stuff. Super fun, a little freaky, but that's why we do this, right? All right, let's get back on the road. Alright guys, a little update. Been running down the trail here. Got to the railroad crossing that I saw, which is really cool. Go through this little gate right here. Actually really close, as you can see, the trees are really building up because they're really close to the Gila River. My problem is that right there, so I'm gonna go walk through there. It looks pretty low. I know I got scratches on my camper and everything, but I don't want to really get in there if it's super dense. So I'm going to walk it first and see. I feel like I'm going to have to find a different route just because this stuff is, these trees don't give. They fight back pretty hard. So let me run in here and see what I got going. So this is about a quarter mile down the trail. And it's not horrible. I would definitely get some scratches, but like I said, these are really hard trees down here. Even if I wanted to trim, like say this thing right here, I'd have to get up in there and spend so much time trying to get to the root branch to pull that out of the way, and then it's so dense on the sides that it'd be hard to, I'd just be spending a ton of time just to go down this trail, and I'll be perfectly honest with you, I don't find it all that worth doing. So it's a cool trail. I'm not going to go through this section, and then even if you can see here on the road, it gets a little off camber up here. Not a lot, but maybe like 10 inches higher on one side than the other. Like I said, the trees are hanging down. I think if I had just a pickup truck without a camper on it, I had no problem. If I had a side-by-side, absolutely no problem. If I had a Jeep, probably no problem either, but this is just, here's where it gets a little more off camber. So then my camper would be kind of leaning out and into the trees a little bit more. So not 100% worth it. So I'm gonna roll out and see if I can't find, just there's like a spider web of trails down here. So, and I could actually hear some music going on down there. So I know I'm really close to the water. Haven't physically seen it yet. I imagine there's some rolling down here right now, possibly, maybe just a little bit, but I'd like to see it, maybe put my feet in it, we'll see. But this part of this trail that I had mapped out is a no-go, so plan B, find another trail. All right guys, just been driving around for a little bit, stopped to get out and check a few things. I'm really close to the river right here. I'm actually on, you can see, I'm on like an old pad. There must have been a ranch or something out here ages ago, because maybe just 100 yards past my truck is the Gila River. And surprising enough, it's flowing, it's running really well. Pretty strong current in there. I don't know if I'd get in it, to be honest with you. So it's really super gorgeous out here. And then I don't know if you can see them. Try to do this with my finger. It's not going to show up really well on the GoPro, but right here I just noticed those are the coke ovens that I've seen. So with as much water that's running through the river right now, doesn't look shallow at all. So I don't think I can cross to get up to those coke ovens. So what I would have to do is backtrack all the way to Florence, go across a couple of the canal bridges, and then come on the north side of the Gila River and get over to that area. So I just made myself another trip, but super gorgeous back here. I've seen a couple side-by-sides climbing up the hill by the coke ovens. Like I said, if there was a possibility of getting across the river, I would attempt it. But being by myself and not having somebody who could winch me out or doing something like that, it's probably not the smartest thing for me to do. So pretty good sometimes about doing smart things, and one of the smart things I'm going to do is not try that. But I am going to go and try to find this other trail that's over this way that might be able to get me down and camp by the river, which don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, because it is 80 degrees out, which means that flies are flying around and having a good time. So that's the only part of it that might keep me from doing that. But otherwise, another bucket, not really bucket list, but here's another part of Arizona that's not very far away from my house that I'm visiting and loving a lot and putting on my list to hit this again. All right, back to you guys in the studio. Okay guys, I've found a camp spot. Is it a perfect camp spot? No. But is it a picturesque camp spot? Yes. Do some drone footage here shortly as the sun gets a little lower on this spot. I'm down Donnelly Wash, which I didn't really know anything about until I got to the end of it, and it bumps right into the Gila River. And it's very much a local attraction, so there was a lot of people down there. One guy's, hey, you gonna camp down here? And I was kind of thinking about it, and just as I was thinking about it, literally like a little old B2000 pickup truck comes rolling down the hill, plus a passenger van with like 14 teenagers or maybe early college guys in it, and they were getting firewood out and gonna be there all night. So I'm like, I'm gonna find somewhere else to camp. So rolled up the road here a little bit and got this spot. It's absolutely beautiful. It's hard to believe that this spot is probably, as a crow flies, probably less than 65, 75 miles from my house. So on my bucket, or on my list now to come back to whenever I want to just do a quick overnight or a quick weekend and get out and refresh. So appreciate everybody watching. Not sure if I'm going to shoot a lot of stuff tomorrow. I got to get up early and head out. We'll see. And like I said, wanted to keep this one a little bit short and get it out a little bit quicker than normal. So if you enjoyed it, click like. If you didn't enjoy it, I apologize. There's something out there for you. I wish you the best. See you guys in the next one. All right, guys, quick little extra thing to this video. I also came out this way one time before and drove past here and didn't stop, but I wanted to stop this time because this, my friends, is one of the rarest cactus in the Sonoran Desert. This is what's called a crested cactus. See if we can get up there. There we go. Look at that bad boy. So this doesn't happen very often in nature, but the top kind of splits and it kind of goes in two different directions. So it's a really cool cactus. And yeah, you don't need to see my dirty mug. Pretty cool, huh?